Okay, so going back to box number 4, the situation is very simple. Here we are in the 987 time frame, which is our main time frame, which I'm calling the parent time frame. I forgot to mention this earlier. There are two time frames, always two time frames. One is the parent, and the other one is the child. Sorry about the handwriting and that it's taking so long, but it's important. I should have mentioned this very first off. Okay, so we are in the parent time frame right now, and all the yellow boxes like this in bold yellow are in the parent time frame. And whenever we are in the parent time frame and price action enters into a box, we switch to the child time frame. It is that simple. And we stop trading using the SDX being drawn in the parent time frame, and we begin trading the SDX being drawn in the child time frame. So I'm going to switch now to the child time frame, and that's basically it. Okay, so we're now in the child time frame, and we're now using the SDX Express as our trading signals, and these are all calculated in the same time frame. Let me just call those up. Okay, so you can see we are using the strategy 22-22-22, in terms of this order strategy. And we're going to take our trading signals with these cues. So let's zoom in and do that. So we get a signal to the upside, I guess in there somewhere. Probably gets stopped out there. Color. And then we look for our next cue, which I think is way down here. It's nasty stops. But in the long run, these pay off big time. There's our cue, 2 stops below. Now, the moment we leave, see, we are now at the time of exit. We're inside a trade, but we have no exit position. The moment this happens, we have to switch back. Even whilst we're holding a position, we have to switch back to the parent time frame, because we are now exiting the box. So, and the box, by the way, is really measured vertically. The horizontal lines don't mean much. So now we have to switch to the parent time frame and see what signals we get. Okay, so now we've switched to the parent time frame, and that's where we left off. We were in that trade. This was the exit point, and look, we get our cue. This is our first SDX being drawn in the parent time frame. So we look for single close or 2 closes depending on what we choose, and it looks like it's to there. So we take our signal, our trade, and we exit it on the second higher one, which looks like it's that one, and then we reverse the position. That's a good one. And then we go long and get no signal, but at this point we enter into the box. So once we enter into the box, we have to switch off the time frame and go into the child, which is what I'm going to do now. Okay, so we're now in the child time frame, and that's the trade we took coming in it was a long position, but because we entered into the box at the time where there was no signal given, we switch over into a position already being held, and we get our first signal inside the box with this set of STX triggers, and there's our exit. So that worked out nicely and shows the importance of there's the exit, and we reverse the, that's a good trade. And then now we reverse this trade because we're now trading this auto strategy with this time frame. We wait for 2 higher highs. Looks like we get stopped out there. Color, and we will continue trading as long as we're in the box, this system here. So see, it looks a little choppy. We'll get stopped out there to the midpoint, and then we'll go long again at the higher high, which I think is this one. Get stopped out, reversed, and probably get stopped out there. And we were having a bit of a bad run here, but trust me, this works. And I hope you're getting the idea anyway. We trading inside different time frames. Here we switch in. Also a bad trade, but they're all small. And then here comes a biggie. So we enter in long, and at this point in time, we are leaving the box. So it is time to switch. Let me just illustrate it. Here's the box. It leaves here, and until that point in time, we continue to trade in the child time frame with the order strategy rules as we've defined them. So it's just a question of switching it on and off, in and out of the box. So we enter this STX trigger in the child time frame because it was given to us inside the box. We go long, and because we get to this point, we switch out to the bigger time frame, which is what I'm going to do now. Okay, so we are now in the larger time frame, and let me just illustrate where we are. We're in the parent time frame. We took the trade over here. We switched to the long position in terms of time frame, and wait for the next signal in the long-term time frame, which we do not get until, in fact, we don't get it at all. Let me just tidy this up. That should not be there because we've already drawn it. We're in the long position, and we do not get any time frame signal. There's no signal on this one, and there's no signal on this one to exit, and then we enter into our time frame. So we carry this entry position, we carry it into the box. So once we go into the box, we go back into the time frame, and we start trading on the parent-child time frame now because we're entering into box number 6. I want to point out why it's so good is because the box has now taken out all the clutter on this move up. I'm going to change it to zone 6 now, and I'd be curious to see what kind of signals we would have been given there, here, and here. But because we switched out into a parent time frame, we ignored it all and just went straight up with a nice run. So let's see what happens now. Okay, so we are coming into box number 6. We took the trade in here, box number 5, and carried it through because we've got no trade signals on the parent time frame, and looks like we're going to get out at around this point here and start trading short, and start doing some trading here. We'll take this trade there, no doubt, and move on. So let's just see how that comes out. I want to zoom in. And looks like we will get out around there. That's a profitable trade. We'll color it green, and then we'll go short. Won't get in. That's a loss. And then go long, stop. Looks like we get it stopped out there as well. I'm going to pause and just do the basic trades in here. Okay, so I filled in all the, manually filled in the trades of that sideways box there, and we come to our end of the box, and which is here. We're in a trade. It's a long trade. We're in a long position. Positive. I'll restore it positive, and because we're switching into a time frame, parent time frame, we have to switch into parent time frame. But I can see that nothing's going to happen, but you never know. Well, what a shame. It looks like the signal is given to exit, so that's a really bad luck there. Anyway, what can you do? Can't win them all. That's a really bad situation. Get stopped out there, and we enter into this time frame with no trade because there's no position, and we're back into the coming into the parent time frame, and child time frame. We take our first signal, which is going to be over here to the downside. We get stopped out over here. We may even be stopped out again, and then it takes off. But anyway, what can you do? It looks like that'll be it. I just don't know if we're in a box. No, we're not. So we have to switch back out. We'll make this white, switch back out, and then we'll call it a day. So we're in the parent time frame, and we get a signal by the looks of it over here to exit and go short. And but we go into the box, and the process continues. So I'm going to pause it here.